Alright, what's up, y'all? Got me a good old tripod camera set up now. So, hopefully, this is better than me moving all over the place, switching hands and stuff like that, because my hand gets pretty tired of holding this thing up, I'm not gonna lie. Anywho, I kind of figured I'd hop on here and, chat a little bit about something that has really been hitting me recently. And this is probably like my third, fourth time making this video, but this is something I'm really passionate about. This is something that I've kind of taken a step back and realized that, even I gotta work on this and kind of figure this out myself, because I'm not perfect. Things might be going well, but I got work to do. I got plenty of work to do. Anyways, let's get to the point here. I feel like everybody, especially my age, entrepreneurs, wherever you're at, the beginning of your journey, in the middle, everybody's idea of success, especially around, I would say the last 10, 15 years with social media, we were sold on a complete twisted idea of what success is. And don't get me wrong, the cars, the houses, the trips, the jewelry, it's all good motivators. It's all good stuff to manifest and to keep you going. But, a lot of kids my age, a lot of people in my position really made that whole idea in that aspect. They made that their life. They made that their actual reflection and their idea of what success is to them. And, it's all materialistic stuff. Because when you die, you're not taking any money to the grave with you. You're not taking any of the cars, the houses, the jewelry, the clothing, none of it. None of that goes to the grave with you, man. Money will always go. The money will always come back. And like I said, that's something I kind of taken a step back and realized lately, because, the big pillars for me, what really shows and what really amounts to success to me is, my health, happiness, legacy, and family. Those are my four biggest pillars. Because, and I'm gonna even narrow it down, family and legacy are the biggest to me, over health, really. And yeah, and I'll throw this out there. Health wise, about, I would say a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I had a really, really bad health scare. I had to go to the ER, and I had to go to, I had to go to the ER twice, and I had to go to multiple urgent cares. I had a pretty bad health scare, man. It was not good. It's not good at all. I had to get CT scans, MRIs, just something going wrong internally, and it was a pretty big scare for me. And that really put things into proportion, into reality for me, that you cannot take life for granted. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. A simple split-second decision or a simple bad habit can really completely alter your life. And I'm glad I actually went through that. I'm glad that God put me through that, because for 3 months I was in just complete, utter pain. It was awful. It was terrible, and in reality of that, a lot of things occurred and happened in my life. I lost a lot of weight. I lost a lot of muscle. I wasn't able to go to the gym, so it was pretty tough. And over the last month or so, I've been finally able to be in a good position to go back in the gym and start working on myself and getting better again, back to where I was. So that's a big thing, health. Anything could happen. You can become terminally ill tomorrow, and that's it. You're stuck to a bed for however much time you have left before God takes you. So don't take anything for granted. It's that crazy, that idea of how precious life is, and a lot of people overlook that. Hell, I even overlooked that for quite some time. I'm not gonna lie, but that's a big thing. And let me get back on the topic of the idea of success. The whole idea of what this video is about. And like I said, those four pillars, those are my four pillars. You can have your own four pillars of what success really is, but to me, it's legacy and family. Biggest thing is legacy, and not only that, being the best version of yourself. That is going to fulfill you and make you happy more than any of this materialistic stuff will. Because you can have all that, and I guarantee I mean, I haven't gotten all that kind of stuff yet, but I can guarantee for a fact that all of those things, once you get to that point, once you're able to get those things, you're not going to be happy. You're going to want more. It's not going to fulfill you, you know? And I would hate, me personally, I would hate to have all the money in the world, family-wise. My wife hates me and divorces me. My kids hate me. I lose half my net worth, and, you know, I would hate for that to happen. You know, because you could have all the money in the world, man. You could have hundreds of millions of dollars, billions. And if you're not happy with yourself, if you're not happy with your life, if you haven't really been able to look inwards and figure yourself out and nonetheless be the best version of yourself, not only for you, but your family, your parents, you know, even if you run a business, your employees, if you're not able to get those things and really master those things, you're not going to be happy. You're going to lose all the money. You're going to become depressed, and hell, you might kill yourself. So just take that into perspective and realize that, you know, it's good to have those materialistic things, a good motivator to get you to that next step, to get you to where you want to be. But don't completely idolize that and make that your whole idea of success in your life, because, you know, everybody, you know, wants the SVJ, you know, the high-rise penthouse in Miami. Hell, that's how I used to move, and I still kind of move like that. I use those as motivators, man. But those things aren't going to give you fulfillment. Those things aren't going to make you happy. It's about the impression you leave on people, you know, the legacy you've built, you know, so generations, so your kids, their kids, and their kids are able to live a good life and be able to look up to you. Even generations have gone by, be able to look up to you and be like, this is the reason why. Because my great grandpa took sacrifices. He built this life. He chased his dreams. You know, he sacrificed years and years. He sacrificed friends. He sacrificed, you know, events, all these things to build the life that he wants. Okay, that's what I want. I don't want to be remembered for a bunch of horse shit. Nonetheless. But yeah. Everybody has their own idea of success. You got to really build yours out and figure out what it is, but, you know, if you want to hold on to those materialistic things because you think that's going to make you happy, so be it, you know. But I'm just telling you, it's not going to. Okay? You know, building a great business, being a great father, you know, because that's a big thing for me. You know, I want to be the best father for my kids, the best husband for my wife, the best son to my parents, you know, the best boss to my employees. That's what I want, you know. But those things are going to take you way further than anything you can imagine materialistic wise, you know. So just move every day trying to be better, a little bit better every single day. It really fulfills you. It makes you feel happy, you know. And ever since I've been slowly getting back into the groove of things, and things are starting to work and fall into place for me, I'm getting back to that point, because I'm not gonna lie, like after the gym tonight, you know, I had some time to really stop. You know, there was a thunderstorm. I pulled off the side of the road, just sat in silence and kind of reflected on the last handful of months and really understood that how precious life is and what really happiness is to you and to me. So yeah, you gotta figure that stuff out. Like, you gotta look inward, you know, because that's a big thing for me. Like, I'm struggling with that right now. Like, all these things are cool, like all the, you know, Zaxby's, you know, the real estate investing, it's all cool and all, you know, but I've noticed recently, like, I'm kind of numb to that stuff. People are congratulating me, people are saying thank you, like, I'm even posting about it on social media, you know, just to really document this whole process, but, like, people are saying good job and shit like that, but, like, I don't really know how to accept it, you know, and that, like I said, that's something I need to work on and look inwards with myself, is learning to be happy for myself, learning to, you know, nonetheless love myself, you know. I mean, people can claim they love themselves, but they have a lot of stuff they go through on the back end. So I know those are things I need to work at. I'm actively working at it. It's not going to be a tomorrow fix, you know. This is going to be a year by year play for me, and it should be for you too. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Do what you want with it, man, but, you know, take a step back, reflect on life, reflect on and look at your goals. Rebuild your goals based off of what you think is truly gonna matter. Like I said, materialistic things is not the solve all be all. It's not. So yeah, that's something I really had to get off my chest and really talk about here, because I kind of realized that when I was sitting with myself, kind of just talking with God, because life can take a turn at any moment, and you can have all the money in the world, but it's not going to save you. It's not going to save your depression. It's not going to save, your brokenness. It's not going to save anything. It might pay for your medical bills and, all this sorts of stuff, but yeah, that's just what I got to say. Do what you want with it. But, wherever you're at, take a step back and reflect. But that's something that you should, look back and really reflect on and kind of figure things out. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling here and hop off. But yeah, I'm gonna try to push out more content, especially on this remodel soon. Especially on my Instagram page, my real estate Instagram page, and then hopefully get some Zaxby's content out soon. There's not really a lot of content I can do with that because I'll just be a franchisee. It's not like I'm gonna be in there working. But yeah, moving out to Florida, so it's gonna be good. Life's gonna start taking off, and I don't want to sit here and glaze myself, but I just want to show you that I'm 22. If I can do it, you can do it too. I didn't have any money. I actually went in debt. I'm gonna be honest about this. I went into about $25,000 worth of debt. And yeah, so don't let the capital or the money or any of that knowledge or capital shit stop you from what you're doing. Get out there, learn. Get out there and build. Build. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching. Stay posted for some next vids I got coming up.